Kenny from Typan, also known as K-Dog. How are you, K-Dog?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What do you prefer to be called?
You can call you whatever you like.
Kenny?
K-Dog, Kenny, Ken. Usually by the rule of thumb, people say, men call me Ken. Usually.
Men call you Ken?
Usually men call me Ken. I don't know why, but that's usually how it works out. So.
And what do women call you usually? Dare I ask?
That's a very good question. Maybe I'll leave that one as a big question mark there.
Okay. Well, we'll move on to your bio. We're Typan. We drink beer and play rock and roll. Hailing from Bristol, UK, we like it live and loud. Don't we all?
We do.
Nice little description there. When was the last time you played live?
Oh, crikey. That's a good question. It was earlier this year, definitely. Maybe January or February. Months are starting to blur into one now. It seems like a very long time.
Where are we now? February, March, April, May, June, July? 5 months ago.
Yeah, 5 whole months. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Where was your last show?
We played. I really can't remember. I should have done my homework before the interview.
Oh, sorry about that.
Some of the familiar places that we normally play are in Bristol. So the Fleets, the Louisiana. So those kind of places are normal haunts. So I think it must have been one of those. We supported Ed Force One, the Iron Maiden tribute band, the other Iron Maiden tribute band, I should say.
There's probably a couple, yeah.
There are definitely. I mean, those guys are great. High on Maiden as well. I know a lot of people know them. We've supported them too. Try not to get confused between the two.
Isn't there a female, an all-female Iron Maiden tribute, Iron Maidens?
Yeah, the Iron Maidens. Yeah, they used to have. I'm a big fan of Alice Cooper.
Me too.
Nita Strauss used to play with the Iron Maidens, didn't she? She's fantastic. Yeah. I've never seen the Iron Maidens. Have you seen them?
No, but I've seen Alice loads of times. Probably more than anything else.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What's your favourite Alice Cooper song?
Favourite song? There's just too many. I think my favourite album is probably $1 Billion Babies.
Okay.
Absolutely love it. So things like Elected. Typan have got a few sort of more politically skewed songs. So I do skew more towards sort of like Generation Landslide and Elected. But a funny thing that Alice Cooper said was that he actually said there was no place for politics in rock and roll.
Really?
And that rock and roll is about entertaining people, and it should be. And I'm like, you wrote $1 Billion Babies, man. Come on. Yeah. I completely disagree. We have to agree to disagree, because I think there's a massive, it's the spirit of rebellion.
Yeah, definitely.
Running.
I'll tell you something. I saw Alice Cooper on his last tour when he came to Manchester Arena, and these massive balloons with the $1 Billion Baby on, a very freaky looking baby printed on the side, came down. We were all like, hitting them around. And of course, some of us were lucky enough to actually escape from the arena with one of these balloons. I was one such lucky escapee. That balloon is still up. It won't go down. It's in my lounge now. Massive black balloon. It must be over 1 meter wide diameter.
Incredible.
And it's still there.
Bloody hell. That must be some super tight rubber or something they're using for
balloon. Fantastic. Yeah. I know. I remember coming home that night thinking it's not going to get into a cab. But it did. So, yes, still got it. So we're going to move on to your music now.
All right.
When and how was the band formed? What are your main influences apart from Alice?
So, I mean, originally, we met through our ex-guitarist now, Pete Lilly. So we were all sort of mutual friends of Pete's. So that's kind of how we came together. Pete's no longer with us now. But
when you say no longer with you, you mean?
Oh, he's not dead.
Oh, right.
he's tried a few times, but yeah, he's close. Not like that. But he's fallen down drunk and crazy guy.
Then. Right, okay.
No, seriously, no. He's he's a good guy, but I think he was enjoying playing as a band of friends. He liked to have a few beers and not take it too seriously. And for him, I think that it was starting to just get a bit too much. The more sort of rigorous demands that the rest of us were having about playing, and and holding ourselves to a high standard. So it's understandable. He enjoyed it whilst it lasted. We supported lots of cool bands whilst he was part of the gang. But yeah, he's moved on. He lives in Devon. He's playing with some other bands down there just for fun. He's loving his life. But we're quite aspirational, I suppose. We're kind of unified by our desire to go as far as we can with our music. And I think that we're all quite unified in terms of the music that we like and the influences that we have. It's no surprise to us really that we're all friends with Pete. So me and Matt Smithers, who's our drummer, and Matt Sutton, guitarist. We love classic rock. We're big fans of the old school stuff, Judas Priest, Metallica. And we're kind of in that sphere. Personally, I'm a Alice Cooper fan, as I said, but I like Dokken, the 80s sort of hair metal bands, things like that. We all have an appreciation for quite a broad, selection of classic rock music, and I think it comes through in the music that we make.
So you've got a new album coming out, but I believe the release date has been pushed back because of the COVID situation. So do you want to tell us a bit about the album, what it's called, and when you're expecting to be able to release it now?
Yeah, sure. The album's called Nighttime World, and it's been in the works for a very long time. We've got about 16 tracks. We haven't recorded yet. We recorded. We managed to get "You're Coming With Me" done, which was the single that we released back in March.
Yeah, that's the single from the new album.
Yeah, so it's kind of more like a proof of concept at the moment than anything, because we've not managed to actually record any of the other songs, unfortunately. Most of them exist in demo format, and we're hoping to get it finished by the end of the year and released next year.
Will this be your third album?
Third, that's right. Yeah, so we self-released Typan and then Live and Loud as well. We're very proud of them, but I think that people could look to "You're Coming With Me" as more of a marker for where we're headed now, which is I suppose a little bit more of an accessible sound, slightly, bit more of a straight ahead attack rather than some of the more reaching metal kind of stuff that we were doing previously. It's more streamlined, as sort of one pillar of Typan, I suppose. We're just exploring that avenue, and we're liking where we are at the moment. We're happy with that.
Were you due to play any festivals this summer?
Not this summer, no. We were playing Metal to the Masses, hoping to.
I was going to congratulate you on that, because you got through to the semi-finals of the Metal to the Masses in Bristol. So well done.
Yeah, it's a great experience, and I mean we're very lucky that it's going to continue next year, and they're going to honour our position. Same with the other bands that played, and there was great bands that we played with, and we're looking forward to getting involved with it again. Really positive experience. Who wouldn't want to play Bloodstock? I mean, it's fantastic. Yeah, this guy's been there. A lot of our favourites.
That guy's been everywhere.
Yeah.
Cooper.
I want to go everywhere that Alice Cooper's been, definitely.
Is that like the ultimate goal then, to be as big as Alice?
Oh, I don't know. That's a bit of a dream. Things are different nowadays, aren't they? I think we're happy. We like being an independent. We're hoping to stay that way for a long time. Hey, it makes business sense as much as anything, and we have the control over where we're going and what we're doing. But yeah, of course, secret dream would be. We think that we're getting better all the time, and we think that we could get there. Hopefully, people will listen to the new album and think, wow, this is a step up from where we were before. That's our fondest hope. But we're a live band at heart, so we're dying for the lockdown to end to get back out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I want you to tell me what you've been doing during lockdown, and what the biggest challenges have been for you. Obviously, we've touched on not being able to play live. Have there been any other challenges, and if so, how have you managed to overcome them?
It's been a nightmare. I think it's been a nightmare for people, to be honest.
I thought you were going to say, it's been fine. We've done this differently. We've done that. No, it's been a nightmare.
Never lie to that. I will never lie to you. Honestly,
this is a nightmare. It has, for sure.
Yes, this is a big chat. We were not prepared for this.
Nobody was. It's one of those. Just one of those things.
There's so many bands doing great, though. There's so many bands that are they're keeping things going. They're managing to, some of them live together, so they're playing together, still making music. From a tech standpoint, so one of our guitarists is actually in New Zealand at the moment. He's been traveling New Zealand.
Oh.
And he's sort of stuck there. He's not stuck now. He's hoping to come back sort of August time.
Yeah.
It's safe to say he's the technical brains of the band, particularly in the music production side of things. So he's there, and we're over here. We've been trying to upskill ourselves and trying to do what we can. Lots of challenges. I think it's fair to say, and they won't mind me saying that, a couple of the guys have suffered from a mental health perspective during this time, being locked away from people and from the band, which is part of their outlet. For me, I'm dying to get out there because this is a massive part of my identity.
Absolutely.
Killing us, really, but we're moving forward, which we're keeping positive. We did Going Solo down in isolation with the new wave of classic rock, emerging rock bands, and a couple of rocks, which went really well. We learned a lot from that. We're doing an ISO Fest, which is for Keynsham, so local to Bristol, supporting some charities, local charities. So there's that. And I think if people watch that video that comes out, it's half-hour set that we've managed to cobble together. We put it together with Matt in New Zealand as well, so we've brought him in, and it's a step up again. So we're getting better at this process. We're pulling ourselves out of this funk, and we're really trying hard to keep the flame alive. It's a very strong flame. It's wavered, but we're still here, and we're not going anywhere.
So what are your plans for next year?
We would hope that we get through to the finals of Metal to the Masses. That would be fantastic. We're hoping to drop the album, next year at some point. So there's that, and the associated media that will come with it. So we've got some videos. There's lots of plans in the work for that. As far as touring is concerned, we're looking at some partners. We're hoping to jump on a few tours with some touring acts, fingers crossed. But as you know, things are very much in flux and up in the air at the moment. So we've had a few false starts in that, from that perspective. But hopefully, when the venues open up again, we'll be able to hit a few up and just get back out there. We've made a lot of connections through the new wave of classic rock scene as well. Lots of kindred spirits and some really great people. So we've had a few offers there. Can't say anything at the moment, because
no exclusives for me.
Set in stone yet. Any exclusives?
Yes.
I could probably tell you a bit more about Nighttime World, and I could tell you that we're probably going to release Midnight Man as the first single next year, and it's a fantastic track. It's going to have a great video to go with it as well. We're playing with, hopefully, if the venues are open, we'll be playing with Ryan Webb and the Land Captains in Bristol in October. I think that's the only thing I'm allowed to say at the moment. Another thing that happened was that Dan, our other lead guitarist, had a tumble and broke his foot.
Oh no.
So he's just had an operation. Yeah, that's right. That's a good thing. We can get him a Dave Grohl throne anyway, can't we? It'll be fine. Not too. Actually, our bassist normally sits as well, because he actually had cancer a few years back and had an operation on his leg. Sure, he wouldn't mind me saying he's often seen seated at some of our gigs if he can't stand. So yeah, could be funny. We'll have two guys on on seat style stools like me, and then Matt dancing around me, probably. Two Matts, it gets confusing.
Actually, yes. I mean, I've not seen you live, but this did catch my eye. It's a description of yourself. He's the owner of a black top hat, mirrored shades, and a red sparkly jacket. I can't imagine it.
No?
You really own all those things.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, you'll have to watch our K-Town ISO Fest video. Spoiler at the end. I do put all the gear on. A bit of an Alice Cooper influence, I guess. I wear
black top hat. Maybe Slash, depending on the style of the hat.
A little bit of that too, without the locks.
Yes, obviously, without the locks. But red sparkly jacket. I don't see it.
No, really.
No.
Oh, you haven't seen the Typan show. You definitely haven't seen.
Yeah, I have to see this. I have to. If if just for the red sparkly jacket, I have to say.
That jacket. I'm out of a job without that jacket, honestly.
Oh, well, look, it's been so lovely to speak to you. It really has. And I look forward to seeing you when you're on tour. Hoping that will be sooner rather than later, as I'm sure you are.
Yeah, definitely. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And thanks for speaking to me, Anne. Really appreciate it. It's been lovely.
Well, my pleasure. Yeah. And let's hope all the venues are going to be okay as well, because obviously we need the venues.
We hope so. Fingers crossed. Yeah, there's so many fantastic venues that we've played.
Yeah.
Some places that I'm honoured to stand on for the first time, having seen some of my idols. Remember when I played at the Fleece in Bristol, and I think, oh, Kirk Brandon and Spear of Destiny, and I saw Killing Joke there. I've seen so many amazing bands there. It would break my heart if places like that in the Louisiana had to close down and the Mother's Ruin. They're wonderful places, and you know, a lot for the scene, and they're great. So yeah, we're hoping, we're doing everything that we can. We've helped to promote some of the fundraisers for some of these guys too, because you know, without them we're nothing. We're absolutely nothing.
That's it. We've got to look after the bands, the artists, and the venue. So it all goes hand in hand. Yeah,
we're all in it together. Beyond even music, we're all in it together.
We are definitely. Well, I wish you all the best for the rest of the lockdown. I know it's easing a little bit now, so hopefully we'll get back to normal.
Fingers crossed, and we'll have a lot more to say by then, hopefully, as well. And this new album to boot. I can't wait for people to hear it. Honestly, so proud.
I can't wait to hear it. You have to send it to me as soon as it's done.
I will do. That's a promise.
Thank you. Take care. Love to all.
Yeah, you too. Bye now.